Like, do you think this is your last time doing individual athlete check-in registration?
Do you think I'm going to give you that information? If you were where would you be? Yes, of course she's missing. Linda's lost. Are you back? Yes.
Who's staying here then? Just you and Sam?
Me and Samantha.
Is David here?
David gets in tomorrow
Okay.
with my friend Mark, which they'll be drunk from tomorrow at say about 10 o'clock until Tuesday, probably around midnight. They asked me at the check-in, could you give us emergency contact? And like my manager James was like, oh, we should maybe put David down. And I was like, no, maybe you down, because David's gonna be drunk and he's not gonna pick up his phone. It kind of feels like this year with the programming, like we're kind of going back to like old school CrossFit. Like even
good programming.
Yeah, like we love Castro back.
It just feels like when they released that chipper, I was like, it's fucking CrossFit. And then redoing the Amanda, it's like Amanda was originally 2010. 7 years later, they did Amanda 0.45. So another 7 years later, they're doing it again. See how fast the athletes can do it like this year.
You competed last year, didn't you?
Yeah, but Masters.
Yeah. You're doing that this year now?
No, I had knee surgery right before the Open, so I couldn't do the Open.
We're gonna do the retirement Open next year together.
Is that the plan?
There is no plan. We'll see.
But if there was a plan, would that be the plan? Like, do you think this is your last time doing individual athlete check-in registration?
Do you think I'm going to give you that information?
Yeah.
On your podcast?
That's why I'm asking.
No. I do believe this will be my last individual games.
Does that change anything for you?
No.
Do you want to like soak it in anymore? Do you want to enjoy it anymore? Do you want to?
I just think like I'm naturally going to enjoy it better this year, because last year obviously I was carrying a huge injury, which like as you try not to let it damper the experience, but you know, realistically I knew every single event I couldn't are you laughing at
me?
The
fucking bad. It's such a counter to what we're talking about. A girl hit herself in the face with a wall ball and you're like, yeah, I mean, this is probably my last year. It's like car crash.
Yeah, obviously last year it was really hard to enjoy the games, knowing, you know, like I couldn't warm up because I was in that much pain, and I was afraid to do like a freestyle handstand push-up in case I set my neck off before I went onto the floor, you know, so it just wasn't enjoyable.
How long does that, like the disappointment or the frustration that last after the games are over, like can you remember waking up one morning and being like, alright, cool, or like does it hang over you for like days, weeks?
I was probably in a bad place, which I probably didn't let on to a lot of people for, I would say, nearly till about January time. I just wasn't happy. I wasn't happy with my body image because the neck, like I had a lot of like neurological symptoms, so like my core wasn't firing, so like I felt like I was fat. My arms, I didn't have like definition because obviously the part of the arms were weakened, and I just felt unathletic. Like I couldn't do a muscle up, I couldn't help my clients, like I couldn't demonstrate a muscle up because I couldn't do it, you know, like I was having to ask people to do a demo shoot for like my online videos because I couldn't do it, and I felt absolutely useless. Where you sort of really take for granted like the little things in day-to-day life. I couldn't even lift my nephew. Like my nephew was 6 months old, and like I couldn't lift him. Like if I lifted him, I could only lift him like this for a little bit of time, and then my arms got that weak. You know, so I kind of missed like 6 months of him, you know, so I didn't go near him because it annoyed me. You know, stuff like that. I couldn't play with my niece and nephew. Like even driving the car was difficult, so I I wasn't in a good place until I would say January, whenever I started to come over the other end of it.
And did you, so not being in a good place, do you get out of that? Like, have you dealt with that? Or was it more like, oh, I can start moving again, I can improve my body image because I'm able to do stuff, I can feel better about myself because I'm able to do stuff?
Yeah.
Or did you mentally deal with it and then were able to start doing stuff?
I did obviously speak like with a sports psychologist because I wasn't in a good place. I didn't know if I wanted to continue CrossFit. I didn't know if I could trust my body enough to be able to do CrossFit again. So I did speak to the sports psychologist, which really helped. She gave me some like coping mechanisms, and then obviously just it was like a daily program versus like my coach usually programs like 3-4 weeks at a time, and then we'll progress it. And I had to like get him to step back in a coaching role, and we just sort of took training day by day. So then I didn't see like, oh well, I failed at this and I can't do this. So if I didn't know what tomorrow looked like, I was never feeling.
Yeah.
So we just changed little steps to make things better for me to cope with.
Yeah. What's that?
Physio bed.
What do you do with it afterwards?
The Airbnb get gifted a physio bed.
The Airbnb, you have to dispose of the physio bed.
Yeah, semi-finals. The gym, that the hotel gym, got gifted one. Everywhere we've stayed has been gifted a physio bed.
Have you? Oh, your physio's here.
My physio should be here in the next 30 minutes.
Do you want your headband on for the interview?
What was that?
Emma's headband is what she's going to ruin.
What is it actually?
It's a headband that she's going to ruin.
Well, what's the purpose of it?
It's cooling.
How is it cool?
Emma had this really good idea. These are cooling crystals.
Like, the triathlon club said this is...
Oh, whoa!
See?
That's really weird.
So I'm gonna look like a fucking dick, but here I'm gonna be
So
good.
you want no photographs of the first event?
No.
And monotonous, and so is life. And it is not technical, so when the reps blur into one another, you can ask yourself, what do you think about? Or who do you think about? The view doesn't change, the gear doesn't change, the reps don't change. It reminds us about suffering. And
After this, then you have a clean ladder.
Which they've extended the reps on.
Yeah. Why did they do that, do you
I
think?
don't know. So it's now 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1.
Is that, do you think they tested it and were like, oh, we need to do this? Or do you think they were like, well, because we skipped those 2 workouts, we need to change?
Yeah, like I don't understand, because obviously they took some rope climbs away yesterday, which I presume was for safety, which I think probably was the right call. And now they're increasing a heavier weight after 1,000 step-ups.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what their thought process on that is.
And then there was supposed to be cuts after this, but now they're tonight.
Yeah, I think everyone gets to do Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you happier with that, like that it's a longer window?
I honestly, like, just the mental state, I don't actually care anymore.
Yeah.
If I get put out now, I'm not gonna be sad.
Yeah.
So I'm not, I know that's terrible, but just not in the right headspace for it, so it doesn't really matter for me. I heard. It's not gonna start in the next 10 seconds.
That's more important than your interviews.
Yeah.
So yeah, unfortunately, like, obviously I want to be all in, but things just changed on Thursday morning. So obviously, like, I'm trying to stay in it, and I'll do every workout today, like, the best I can, but my body's just not doing what my mind wants it to do.
Is that just like shock and grief, basically?
Yeah, I think so. You know, like my cousin drowned like 2 weeks before semi-finals, so it also brings up a lot of like raw emotions of that as well, which isn't good. Like,
Yeah.
so it is. So it's like obviously Lazar, but then it brings back other emotions.
Yeah.
That, you know, it isn't nice.
How was Chad?
I definitely think I would have rolled step-ups. just to step up. There was just a lot of like thought process, like step.
Yeah.
Step.
A lot to think about, along with not falling over. Or
Yeah,
whatever,
and then once you got tired, like I I stood on the box because it was like, oh, 1 foot, and then you had to like sort of like come back to.
Did you get any no reps or anything?
No, thankfully it was good. Like,
You didn't fall.
I didn't fall. But I heard like whoever was beside me or a couple of lanes down, like I heard a couple of no reps where that's just nearly a mental game because it's like you have to come back to the other side. So it's nearly like 20-25 seconds gone.
When you hear, like, say, was it Emily finished first on the women's side? When you hear that, are you like, oh, sake?
I was just like, how is she going that fast? Absolute machine. So impressive.
Does it make you feel like you're, when names are being called out, does it make you feel like you're closer to the end, or does it make it worse that you're still going?
You sort of hear it, but then it's sort of like you don't hear, you know, the rest. Like obviously I heard when Emily finished, and then like Hayley, and then you sort of like just blank out the rest. I was just like thinking set to 5 and just getting through like my last 30 reps.
And how do you feel about this cleans?
I was excited. I'll see how we feel warming up. Definitely.
Stiff, like sore?
Like I definitely feel like my legs are weak, but hopefully the adrenaline on the floor will wipe that out.
And what about the other one then, the pull and handstand push-ups?
I think it'll be fun. Like it's nothing crazy.
How are your freestanding?
I haven't tested them just because of my neck. So
are you concerned about that?
I'm not concerned, no. I think my neck's in a good place, but it's just something we haven't trained.
Yeah.
But I'll wing it on the floor, and I'll fall a few times, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
It wasn't what I expected to come up.
The yoke?
Oh no, like the yoke things be fine in the final, but I didn't expect toes to bar after the GHDs, and I didn't expect heavy dumbbell snatch after Chad.
What is the next one?
5 rounds, 200 meter run. They don't know the distance. 12 toes to bar, 8 dumbbell snatches. It is a good one.
Just classic CrossFit, like.
Yeah.
Really,
Just not after Chad.
How's your back and stuff?
My back is surprisingly sore, and my calves are really sore.
Okay.
Like my calves are like really bad.
What's the weight of the dumbbell?
70 pounds, so it's at like 32 kilos.
Okay, yeah. So you're not exactly going to just rip through it.
I'm gonna put a belt on, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has your mood improved right over the weekend, or like as it's gone on, have you felt just the same?
Just the same. Yeah, I just found it hard to like just get in it.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah. Just can't really get in it. It just doesn't feel the same.
Doesn't feel like the games, like.
Yeah, it doesn't at all. Like the atmosphere, the vibe, just everything. Nothing feels the same. Just seeing people walking about with tears in their eyes is just. It's just not nice, you know. I'm not like. I portray to be like hard shell, but I'm not. So whenever you see other people like crying, like it does affect your mood and emotions. Like so, no, it's different. It's different, but there's plenty more comps to go to and kind of like express the fitness.
Give it up one more time to the athletes up. Number 1.
Are you Google mapping the nearest bar?
Seeing what the husband wants to do. It's not his holiday, not mine. Yeah. So I'll do whatever he wants.
Are you glad it's over?
Yes. Very glad it's over. Just looking forward to getting home, some downtime, and then I'd love to get an invite for Rogue, but if not, I'll just be going on the beers for 4 days. Either way, I'll be there. Competing would be a better option because no one likes to see me drunk.
Yeah. Dear Bill and Katie.
So, there's 16 of us going because we have a suite.
Oh wow.
So if we're drinking, it's going to be bad.
Yeah. Probably in their better interest.
It's in their better interest because I think
one less of the 16.
I think they would put us out of the suite.